Привіт усім, з вами Лійрок. Це знову гра Забуття. І ми зараз перебуваємо в місті Брума. І будемо продовжувати робити додаткові завдання. В інших містах, крім імперського. Так, але перш ніж ми це зробимо, у мене є, точніше, було два предмети, які мені потрібно було прибрати з інвентарю. Перший — це записка, вручну написана. Обидва предмети пов'язані з гільдією магів. Це про чорні камені душ. Як їх отримувати? Вона мені не потрібна. Її ні викинути, нічого я з нею зробити не можу. Ось. І ще одна — це наповнений величезний камінь душ. Я його, щоправда, прибрав десь там в попередній серії, пробуючи. Трошки довелося пошукати в інтернеті, але я все-таки знайшов номери цих предметів. Є загальний такий великий список з номерами ID предметів у всій грі. Їх можна прибрати через консоль. Так. Я можу, щоб продемонструвати, завантажитись десь там на один з попередніх записів. Наприклад, на цей. Так. Ось. Не він там. Ось є цей величезний камінь душ, наповнений. Так, для нього я знайшов. Уже записано, можна те, що раніше писалось, можна повторити. Раз, і він прибирається з інвентарю. Ось так я зробив. Тепер можна повернутись в теперішнє. І абсолютно таким же чином прибрати записку, написану вручну. Так, у записки Сі 7631. Стоп. 7631. Намлок чомусь не працює тут. Все, записка також прибралась. Я б не хотів, щоб вона тут висіла в нашому рюкзаці. Все, тепер нічого зайвого. Можна братись за справу. Це ти?
I'm Regner. You want anything? Talk to... Go ahead. I doubt it. I doubt it. I accept. Good. What nonsense. I hate it here. Came here with Edla. All these snooty southerners. And damn guards won't let anyone have any fun. Old Balin is dead. Goodbye.
Нічого цікавого. Так, нам сюди. Треба розібратись в якійсь справі. Когось обікрали.
What do you want? Can't you see that I'm upset? Yes? I won't fight you. Where did you get that? I doubt it. I can't help myself. I'm just a sucker for well-heeled men. That Olaf, for example, at the Tap and Tack. He's dreamy.
Такий амулет прикольний.
I suppose I can trust you with this information. After all, if you can help me recover my stolen gold, you may find yourself... I was at Olaf's earlier, and I ran into this Dunmer named Raynil Draelis. After a round or two, he told me he was an honest-to-goodness vampire hunter. Yes, the vampire hunter. As far as I know, he just showed up recently here in Bruma. Not only that, but he already found out... Apparently Braden Lyrian was one of those vile creatures and Raynil slew him. Kind of strange, though. He seemed to be such a likable fellow.
Цікаво.
I know what you've heard, all about Jorunda and his run-in with the town guard. Well, let's just say it isn't exactly... I may have let a detail or two leak out to entice someone such as you to assist me. Until you agree to my all I can promise is that you'll be making a lot of money.
Ну, давай.
Smart answer. Here's the deal. Jorunda and I have had a rocky relationship at best. Against my will, I've been dragged all over Cyrodiil helping him commit petty crimes. I wouldn't say we're thieves. I mean, we've stolen things, sure. But we've never stolen that much at one time. Just enough to keep us going. That is until last year. Jorunda started to take risks and began robbing more dangerous targets. Not just lone merchants, mind you. I'm talking about the bigger scores, like estates and tax shipments. I begged him to stop, as I knew that his capers would one day lead to violence. He just threatened to hurt me if I got in his way. I think the gold changed him, I really do. He wasn't the man I met 7 years ago. The few times I tried to say something, he'd strike me or push me away. Our last score was a tax shipment being delivered to the Imperial City. We robbed it, and in the midst of the chaos, Jorunda killed a guard.
А, вже й вбивцями
I
стали.
was mortified. We snatched up the gold and holed up in the mountains. He said if I breathed a word of the murder to any... I was terrified of him at this point. 2 days later, the Bruma City Guard traced us to our makeshift campsite. I was off gathering food, but Jorunda was captured. Served him right. When I went back to the site later, the gold was gone. What I need you to do is go to the Bruma Castle dungeons and speak to him for me. Convince him to tell you where the gold is, and then we split it. He's not likely to just come out and tell you, so get creative.
Угу. Ну, для цього завдання нам доведеться потрапити
May the wind be on your back.
в в'язницю, наскільки я пам'ятаю.
Yes? What's this about?
Ну, поговоримо, поговоримо.
Excuse me. Yes?
Так, відвідаємо.
Is that so? Where'd you get that? That... Not now. Not now. Not late. What nonsense. You're wasting your breath. Old Bayanlin is dead. What a bother. Don't be too long about it. I got to stay with you, so there isn't any funny business.
Ну, хай відчиняє.
Prisoners may not accept gifts. Hello there. Any idea what... Don't get too close to the prisoners. Do you know anything about Edla Darkheart's past? Don't get too
I've heard
close
a number
to
of
the prisoners.
stories. None of them good. I understand she...
Good day. I'm Captain Bird. I'm listening.
Нормально тут переривають наше завдання.
That's just talk. I wish I could say that. Oh, that's great. Not really? Don't waste your flattery on me. Remarkable. I make sure my guards treat the local Nords and their ways. Farewell.
Давайте хтось відчиняйте
No
вже.
touching the locks. What can I do? What a... No touching the locks.
Та без проблем. Крові купа
No
тут.
touching the locks.
I don't know who you are, nor do I care. All I know is... Go ahead.
Так. Не видно. Навіть.
Whatever. I doubt it. No more. Don't, please. Not bad. I doubt it. Not. Don't, please. Yes, yes, whatever. I'm not talking to you about anything. You're an outsider. I bet you're trying to trick me into telling something. That fetcher of a guard, Terelius, is always trying to be sneaky. Well, you can forget it. Tell...
Nope.
Угу, не можна. Треба, щоб нас арештували. Так.
Touching the locks. The prisoners.
Все, поговорили нормально.
Prisoners may not accept gifts.
Страшні люди.
You have the hat. I'm listening.
Так, а у нас є будиночок у Брумі? Напевно, немає. А, просто будинок на продаж. Угу. Можна гільдію магів відвідати. Потрібно скласти всі свої речі. О, бажано всі.
Our taxpayers' drakes at work.
Тут не дуже затишно. Проте... А, тут навіть немає куди скласти, так? Чи є куди? Є. Так, одне тільки треба зберегти, щоб нічого нікуди не пропало. Просто купа ключів потрібних і непотрібних. Це з завдань ключі забрати не зможуть. А, до речі, це також до гільдії магів. Їх не можна викинути, хоча в мене і так надто вже багато ключів. Це вже не важливо. Так. Одну відмичку можна спробувати з собою протягнути. Якщо вона не крадена, звісно. Так, тепер треба щось викрасти. Та так. Ну, зараз подивлюсь. Абсолютно нічого немає. Тепер варто... щось украсти.
Yes.
Щоб це побачили, там 5 копійок. Золото все одно при нас нікуди не дінеться. Ось воно. Десь в спідньому заховані ці 100 тисяч.
Go take your break. Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are now forfeit.
Ну... У в'язницю.
Serve your time peaceably and pay your debt to society.
Так, залишилась одна відмичка. Тут їжа є.
You've got nothing to lose, so why not just tell me and save us both a heap of trouble?
Yeah, sure. And I suppose I just end up rotting while you spend it all? Forget it.
You're gonna end up rotting here anyway, you idiot.
Look, you horse's ass. I never trusted city guardsmen. Never. So I'm definitely not gonna start trusting you, Terrelius.
Suit yourself. Enjoy your stay.
Так, у нас уже немає штрафу. До речі, ключики забрали. Може їх назад уже і не потрібно брати. Так. Ну що ж.
By the way the guards tossed you in here, I can see you're no friend of theirs. Certainly. I suppose I can trust you. In fact, maybe you can help me with a bit of a problem and make some money for yourself in the process.
Кожен обіцяє гроші.
I'm in here for the long haul. They got me for murder, even though I didn't do it. And once the Count makes a ruling, there's I owe all of this to that heartless, treacherous witch, Arnora.
Кожен розказує свою історію.
You want to know what happened? I'll tell you. I was betrayed, stabbed in the back. I'm in here and Arnora's out there, living in my house. We were doing petty crimes all over Cyrodiil. Small scores, 10 gold here, 25 there. Nothing big enough to have them investigate you. Then along comes Arnora with a plan to waylay a tax shipment headed for the Imperial City. We're talking serious gold, complete with armed escorts. I told her she was crazy, but she insisted. Women have a way of getting men to do what they want. So we did it. We ambushed the shipment.
Ну, вкрали вони серйозний
In the
куш.
process,
Ну,
Arnora killed a
намагалась.
guard. I told her to be careful and just knock them out, but she didn't listen. We then buried the gold in the woods. Then she disappears to get supplies. Suddenly, the campsite gets raided by the Bruma City Guard. There's no way they could have found us. Oh, there's no doubt she tipped them off. But I was one step ahead. I had moved the loot while she was
Кожного
away.
обманув.
My final revenge. Or was it? I'll tell you. I want Arnora dead. That's right, I said dead. She took my life away, and now I want hers taken as well. You do this for me, and you get the gold. All of it. All I need is proof is that damn amulet she always wears. Show that to me, and the money's yours. Tell me more. You want the gold? You bring me Arnora's amulet after she's dead. Finally, a chance for revenge.
I don't talk to inmates. Now shut up and don't...
Він тут постійно буде стояти. Ну, можна і не тікати. Можна просто взяти і посидіти. Ой,
Fine greetings to you.
а що впало ще? «90». Тут ніби так і було, але це не страшно. Блок. На один впав. «16». Жаль. Не хочеться. Ча можна відновити.
Greetings to you.
Так, стоп.
You have the hands of a
Навіть костюмчик видали. А і ключики назад віддали. Що зараз важливо? Впало. Все нормально. Ну, тут 99 і залишилось, але це можна виправити. Так, можна заклинання якесь зі школи змін. Так. І де наша 99? А, потрохи підніметься.
Greetings. What exactly do you require?
Головне ще зараз забрати всі свої речі. Все на місці. Ніхто не взяв нічого нашого. Звідси. Є, зброя є. Щит, меч, лук. Ось і все.
A stuffed minotaur head fell off the wall and crushed him to death.
Там. Ну, тут всі розказують про те, що багато-багато серій тому наш головний герой когось трошки скинув на нього голову Мінотавра.
Welcome back to the world, convict.
Ще приколюється.
So, were you able to find out about the gold? Tell me more. I was at Olab's earlier, and I ran into this Dunmer named Raynil Dralis. After a round or two, he told me he was... How could you stand sharing a cell with that imbecile? So he told you another one of his tall tales. I hope you didn't believe him. What's he got in store? What if there was another way? What if he thought I was dead, but I wasn't? Then he'd tell you the location of the gold. What did he need as proof? That fetcher. He knows this is the only heirloom I have left from my family. Only he would stoop so low. Look, I know you could just kill me where I stand. But what if I gave you the amulet and you bring it to him? Then he'd say where the gold stands. You kill me here and now. And as far as the town guard is concerned, it's a crime.
А якщо ніхто не
So you
побачить, то
make
не
your
злочин.
choice. You want to do it my way?
Це так. Ну, давай спробуємо.
I knew you'd make the smarter decision. Good. Here's the key to the chest by my bed. Inside you'll find the amulet Jorunda wants. Take my amulet to him. Get the gold and bring half of it back here to me. If you don't come back, I'll let the guards in on our plan. You'll be hunted all over Cyrodiil. You don't want that, do you? I don't think so. I'm not surprised at all. My guess is he buried it somewhere close to town, or even in town itself. Believe me. I warn you, don't cross me.
Її справжній амулет був там, а на шиї щось.
What seems to be
Ніяких проблем.
farewell. I'm listening. Please.
Вже як додому.
Go take
Так.
What's this about? What do you want?
Поїхали.
What a... I haven't...
Show me the proof. So, she's dead, eh? Finally. Finally, someone has wiped that stupid, smug grin off her face. Good, good. Well, you did your part of the bargain. Now I'll do mine. The gold is buried outside the walls of Bruma. Goodbye. I don't expect to be seeing you anytime soon. If I were you, I'd get out of Bruma fast before the...
Please, by all means. Please, go ahead.
За містом. Прямо за містом. Ти хто тут такий?
I'm here for Jorunder's gold, and you're my only loose end. I've been hoping to get someone in his cell and loosen his lips, and then... You really should be more careful when you talk in the dungeons. The sound tends to carry. Jorund... I've taken care of Venora. She won't be around to point the finger. And Jorunder's not going anywhere for a long time.
Ну, він сам її прибрав. О, все. Знову 100. 100, 100, 100, 102. 40. Так. Не знов все перемішалося. Ой. От і все. Дешево, дешево, дешево. Все дешево. Сильно він хотів золота. Хоча там небагато насправді було.
Head on.
Бідна Арнора. Ну, хай собі ходять. Все, задачка розв'язана. Один в в'язниці, інша мертва. Охоронець. Міста також. Так. Що тут таке?
You're going to have to leave. This is a crime scene, and no one other than ourselves, our Raynal Draelus, will be allowed access. All right? No, you do... Really? Interest? That's just talk. What a wonderful... I suppose there's no harm in telling you what happened. Word is bound to get around Broom. Turns out that Braden Lyrian is a vampire. Or was. If it wasn't for Raynal Draelus, we may never have uncovered the truth. In the last week or so, we've found 2 bodies stashed in shallow graves outside the city walls. The bodies were those of some beggars who used to wander the streets looking for handouts. Vampire probably thought... Luckily for us, Raynal arrived in town. He said he was a vampire hunter, so we asked for his... He tracked the vampire to this house.
Знайома
When he
історія
entered the place around noon,
з Серідором.
Braden was sleeping. He was able to slay him at that point. Luckily, Braden's wife wasn't home. Poor thing. She didn't even know her husband was... We did a follow-up investigation, and it's true that no one recollects seeing Braden out in the daylight. He's only been spotted at night. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell you. So, you can see we really don't... I'm impressed. It only took him a day to track the vampire down. I guess that's... I've heard the Fighters Guild has managed to recruit a few new members. As far as I know, he was a good man. I never saw this coming. But
Хтось когось обманув.
anyone in town. They shouldn't give you too much trouble.
Perhaps you can help me. I can't believe this is happening. Please, please, I need your help. My husband was no vampire. It's ridiculous. No one will listen. Forgive me. I loved my husband dearly. And to lose him this way makes no sense. Anything you can do to help would be wonderful. This is all happening so fast. I came home only just a few hours ago. I found the door open and my Braden dead. I screamed and ran out into the street. Some city watch were nearby and I heard the Dunmer identify himself as Raynal Draelus. He said he was a vampire hunter. The guards seemed to know about Raynal, and after a search of the house, the body of some beggar was found stashed in our basement. The guard sent for Carius, who is an investigator for crimes here in Bruma. In minutes, Rainil convinced Carius that Braden was a vampire.
Угу. Да, все надто добре складено так. Всі думають, що цей Брейден не є вампір. Там якісь ці безхатченки у нього в підвалі з'явились.
Well, of course it does. It was obviously planted here. Why would he stash a body in his own house?
Ну
That's
да.
ridiculous.
Тіло в своєму
And
будинку
another
хтось
thing.
ховає.
The guards are making a big deal out of no one seeing Braden out in the daylight. Well, of course that's the case. He works at night and has to sleep during the day. Why does that make him a vampire?
Ну, та просто
It's
вночі
all
собі
that Rainil
працював.
character. I don't trust him. The thing that bothers me the most is that I swear I've seen him before. Of course, he says he's never been here. Look, there isn't much more to say.
Зараз
Alright.
обшукаємо їх всіх.
I salute you, Don't wait. That's amazing. My life is drab and... That's just not funny. I have no idea where he'd be. Just find him and make him tell you the... I know I sound desperate, but I know I'm right.
Ой.
Excuse me.
Угу. Та, нічого цікавого. Там навіть драбини немає.
I don't know what else to...
Звідти потрібно просто вистрибувати, чи як? Стоп.
I can't believe... Please.
Так, це ми вже слухали.
Look. We'll see.
Стоп.
That's just not funny. What a dumb joke. That's amazing. My life is drab and wretched, but... Sorry, I don't get it. You've got a... That's just... That works for... I know I sound desperate, but I know...
So, any new revelations in your... I'm sure Erlene is very upset. She'll be safe, though. Rainil has confirmed with us that she isn't infected. Her accusations that Rainil is lying is not surprising. At this point, she's so upset that she'll say, I suppose if I found out a loved one was something as horrid as a vampire, I'd find... I'll warn you about one thing. I understand you wanting... We have it on good authority from officials in a neighboring city that Rainil is what he says he is. So I'm not sure what you're trying to... I am only allowing you to do this investigation, and I use that term very loosely. Keep up the good work, I suppose. Sorry,
Do you have it? I...
Ніхто нічого не каже, де ж цей Дрелос.
We're here to help. I was at Olav's earlier. I ran into this Dunmer named Rainil Draelis. After a round or two, I was at Olav's earlier.
Ага, Олав. Таверна. А, взагалі. Прямо тут.
Well met.
Хто з вас Данмер?
Anytime now.
I was at Olav's earlier, and I ran into this Dunmer.
Let's hear
named
it.
Rainil. What can I do? Oh, we'll see.
Незадоволені всі такі.
Was that supposed... You're full of it. Huh? That's... You're pathetic. That's pretty... Whatever you want. I know I may be out of line by saying this, but I think the city guards may be wrong. I could have sworn I saw him outside in the daylight before. Unless he just got that disease very recently, I'd say they were... When I heard Raynil killed him, I didn't know what to think. But after your visit here, I'm beginning... The Countess is Heartland Nibenian. And so are most guildsmen and chapelmen. But most others are as Nordish as you'll find. Raynil's staying in the last room down the hall upstairs. Here's the key. I always liked Braden and Arlene. They were a nice couple. I hope you get to the bottom of this, because I don't believe he was a...
Просто
Today's
ключ
your lucky
дав.
day, so let's hear it.
You treacherous little filcher! How dare you steal from me!
Стоп. Що там взагалі твориться? Хто це взагалі така? Хто взагалі така? Ти хто така? Що тут робиш? Чого стала?
Take that! You're pathetic. This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death.
Так, журнал. Знайшли в Айлетських руїнах артефакт і щось не поділили. Що там взагалі відбувається? А ну тут ніхто не бачить. Мені просто цікаво, що ж там твориться таке.
I see you.
Look out.
Hello. You're pathetic.
Stay away! Watch out!
Хто це така взагалі?
Stay away!
Не зрозуміло.
Take me down.
Any time now.
Please, by all means.
What can I do? Go ahead. You think that's funny?
А, вона якось
I salute you.
потрапила випадково
You that's not bad.
в чужу кімнату.
You too.
Head on. Today's your lucky... What can I do? Sirach is a good healer. He's a red guard, but you'd think he was a Nord. Just like Skyrim, except for all the tight-ass Heartlanders around. Farewell. What can I do for you today?
Хто це такий?
Galaborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Raynil told me that he was the last vampire he hunted.
Угу, також назвав
Yeah, that's
вампіром.
right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gel... That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad's City Watch about Raynil, and nothing else I can tell you about him. He... Just look for me if you need anything else.
Hello.
So, any new... How do you know about that? Ah, too many people don't know how to keep quiet about a... The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Galaborn was killed by Raynil not too long ago. Galaborn was... What do you mean you disagree? That's a bold statement. Then don't go around flinging accusation and hearsay. If you dare... Now, if you believe what you're saying is true, go
Зараз підемо, візьмемо.
Keep up the...
Я, чесно кажучи, не взяв цю книжечку з собою, але тут дуже і дуже недалеко.
Evening. Any idea what Grom will do now that old Bainlin is dead? Is this true? Yes. The Emperor and his 3 sons dead, right under the noses of the Imperial...
А ось і доказ.
So, what proof? I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Raynal have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skingrad? I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Raynal from Braden's... To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city. Meet me at Olev's Tap and Tap.
Так, через годинку.
Hi! We're all talking about the Emperor's murder. We have no Emperor, and...
Годинка та годинка.
Hello.
Just
You ever
before I
hear about the
arrived here,
ghost of
I
Lord
received a
Glendrell?
report from one of
They
our
say he
scouts
haunts
watching.
the road to
Raynal
Koro.
was spotted heading
Not that I've
west
ever
out of
seen him
Bruma.
myself, mind
The scout tried to follow, but lost him. The only cave to the west that comes close to the one described in Gelliborn's journal is Boreal Stone Cave. You must get there before he acquires whatever artifact is being kept there and makes his escape. I'm keeping the city guard in Bruma, as Raynal doesn't know we're after him. If he sees a guard, he may panic. You're my only hope at the moment. Please, you have my authorization. If he won't surrender, I think you know what to do. Hurry. I fear you
Та не
have a
здасться
day at the
він.
most to stop him.
Він, звісно.
If all you say is true, Raynal will pay for both crimes. Gelliborn was likely another innocent. I can't wait to get my hands on Raynal. He'll become very familiar with Bruma's dungeons, or the end of my blade if he... Please hurry.
Окей. Ну, просять тут за добу.
Well,
О, десь ми вже були. А, печера Ехо тут поряд. Вже були ми біля цієї печери. Коник спокійний. Значить, нікого тут немає. О. Привіт.
Congratulations. I had a feeling you would catch on sooner or later. Leaving that journal behind was a stupid mistake on my part. I saw you enter Olav's Tap and Tack before I could get there, and I knew that I had to sneak out of Bruma somehow. It was only a matter of time before you or Carius figured it out. No matter. After I've killed you, I won't need my vampire hunter ruse any longer. Certainly not. I'm surprised Carius didn't send the entire city watch up here. But then I would have seen that coming, I suppose. I expected to lay low for a while and then be on my way. So again, this leaves me with little choice. Either I fight you now and have a chance at freedom, or I surrender and rot in a city dungeon. I prefer the chance for... Yes, I suppose it is.
Не
Well
здасться.
then, we've talked enough. Only one of us will walk out of here alive this day.
Ну не треба, нащо?
Show me what you've got. What's the matter? Getting...
Стоп, не те. Це було прикольно. «50 на 20, ну, нормально ще. В крайньому випадку можна викинути просто. Це нормально коштує. Тут все нормально коштує. Так, тепер все можна поремонтувати. Звичайнісінький собі амулет. Десь він тут стояв. Абсолютно нічого цікавого. Така собі печера. Так, ремонтик. Скільки вже клинки? 91. Потрохи піднімається. Коник. Ось і все.
What news do you... Certainly. Yes, I remember Braden mentioning that name once. He was part of the brotherhood he had created with Raynil. Long ago, I made a promise to Braden. I promised to never reveal to anyone what I'm about to reveal to you now.
Так.
However, because you've avenged his unjust death, I feel that Braden would understand why I'm breaking that pact. Braden told me about this amulet when they first brought it home from whatever distant land it came from. He never really trusted anyone else in the group, and before he secured the treasure in that cave, he had a special enchantment placed upon it.
Зачарований він.
The magic masks the true identity of the item. All it takes is a simple command word, and the amulet would be restored to its true state. No. He always feared this day would come. He left me knowledge of that word in the event that he died, and I came into possession of the keys. If the other members of Braden's group were still alive, and I on my deathbed, only then would I pass the knowledge on to them. If you'd give me that amulet, I would like to show you what you've recovered.
На,
Thank you.
забирай.
I will now speak the word. Brotherhood. Here is the amulet back.
Братство.
It's as beautiful as it was the day I remember seeing it long ago. I want you to keep it, as I have no use for this anymore. I'm certain that's what I want, and I'm certain that's what Braden would want. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the amulet helps keep... I'm glad he's dead. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but... Someone needs to get Sciorta under control. You'd think Olfand would be the one to do it. Justice has been done.
Well met. Something to... Someone needs to get Skjorta under control. You'd think all... Tell me more.
Не всі про одне й те саме щось говорять. Але завдання немає.
Is there a... The Emperor. Good day.
Greetings, Hello. son of...
Something to Although we can't go back and undo what's been done, I feel just... In your absence, I dispatched a runner to Skingrad to let them know they needed to clear Gelliborn's name. Like Braden, I think he deserves to have his name clear of... You did what had to be done. There should be no regrets or doubts in your mind about it. Raynald was an evil... Have you ever
Old
considered
Bainland
a
is
job
dead.
in law enforcement?
I hear it was a horrible accident. He was resting in his chair, and boom! I see you are with the Grey Fox. Bruma is a perfect town for a Nord.
Ага.
Hello, and a pleasure to... I'm glad that scum got... The Emperor. Hope to see... Bainland. Oh, Bainland.
Ну,
Always a pleasure.
це ніби нічого цікавого.
It's my pleasure. I understand that Bumf Gragash trains other... Take something I can... Anvil is all in an... Please, go on. Be seeing you.
Ну і все. Так, у місті Брума, здається, все. Так, оце потрібно буде. Так, кого дратують боги? Це місто Лієвін. Це потім. Ну і акробатика ще. А, ну це далековато. Це вже буде в наступній серії. Тоді, ну, просто тут найближче місце це аж від цього форту. Так, ну що ж, а тоді на поки все. Дякую за увагу. До побачення.